People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
This is a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation. Queen Bee Radio proudly brings you People's State Bank and Grant Regional Health Center coverage of high school sports. Presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. And sponsored by House Electric, Brian's Auto Body and Paint, Vitech Incorporated, Carver's Hardwood Flooring, Claire Bank, Donnie's Tire and Auto, Fuller's Milker Center, Gary's Pest Control, Community First Bank, Guy's Truck and Tractor Service, Hernson's Ace Hardware, Krantz Auto Parts, the Peterson Agency, the Raleigh Cheese House, Mound City Bank, the Russell Law Office, the Shoebox, Sloan Implement, Timmerman's Talents, Tricor Insurance, and Wolf Construction.
Good afternoon and welcome to Riveridge High School in Patch Grove. It's time for a WIAA Division IV Regional Semifinal in high school baseball this afternoon. The number 2 seeded Riveridge Timberwolves, co-champions of the Six Rivers Conference, taking on number 7 seeded North Crawford Trojans out of the Ridge and Valley Conference. This is Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071, X1071.com, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty, and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. From the Wolf Construction broadcast booth, I'm Tyler Dictanis, and this is the Raleigh Cheese pregame show presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. The Riveridge Timberwolves, again, co-champions of the Six Rivers Conference baseball season this year, co-champions with Belmont with a 14-2 conference record, 16-8 overall, earning the number 2 seed in Sectional 3B in the Division IV State High School Baseball Tournament. They won the conference title, or clinched a share of the conference title, defeating Belmont in the final regular season game in conference play. But the Wolves have dropped 2 straight games, including a game to North Crawford last Tuesday, 4-1, the final score in that contest. Riveridge had a bye in the regional quarterfinal round, as North Crawford comes off a 7-2 win against Hillsboro, the 7 seed knocking off the 10 seed. And the winner of this game will take on the Highland Cardinals tomorrow night. If Riveridge wins, it'll be Highland at Riveridge. And if North Crawford wins, North Crawford will go to Highland for tomorrow night's regional final. And these two teams met last Tuesday, 4-1 the final score in that one. Sawyer Stuluka for North Crawford, the only player to record multiple hits in that game. Cale Koenig started the game for Riveridge, gave up 0 hits and 0 runs in the first 3 innings of the game. But in this contest, it won't be Cale Koenig starting. It will be Blake Reynolds. He'll be on the bump to start for Riveridge here tonight. And starting pitcher for North Crawford will be number 8, Miles Candler. So we'll see how that plays out. Again, the winner of this game takes on Highland tomorrow night in the regional final. Other games on our Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest, in progress over on 97.7 Country WGLR. Belmont with a 7-4 lead over Barneveld, number 1 versus number 2 in Division 5 sectional semifinal baseball. Again, you can catch the end of that game on 97.7 Country WGLR. Also in progress on Super Hits 106, Prairie du Chien and Cuba City tied heading into the 5th inning. And coming up around 5 o'clock, first pitch as well. Lancaster taking on Fenimore. That's on ESPN Radio, AM 5090 WPVL, and also streaming on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Coming up next on our Raleigh Cheese pregame show, we will run down the Russell office's injury report. We'll get you the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups, our Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game, and the first pitch between North Crawford and Riveridge in our WIAA Division 5 or Division 4 regional semifinal. Our Raleigh Cheese pregame show continues after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 1. Steve Schmidt's Sports Treasures Plus in Stoughton has unique team treasures. They have over 25,000 signed sports cards, plus autographed photos, bobbleheads, caps, signed baseballs, and more. That's Steve Schmidt's Sports Treasures Plus in Stoughton.
Hi, this is Christine Raleigh of Raleigh Cheese, wishing all area athletes successful seasons. Cheese is a great source of protein for school lunches or a snack before the big game. Stop in and try some of our award-winning artisan cheeses like Dunbarton Blue, Red Rock, and Little Mountain. We have fresh cheese curds weekly and a wide variety of snacks and beverages, plus made-to-order cheese trays. Shop locally and taste the difference of handmade Wisconsin cheese at Raleigh Cheese House on the corner of Highways 11 and 23, Shellsburg.
Roses and Berries Cafe in Dubuque has the breakfast everyone's talking about. From mouth-watering omelets, crepes and croissants, to smoothies, coffee, Lotus energy drinks, and fresh bakery treats. Order now at rosesandberriescafe.com.
Pregame 1.
Raleigh Cheese pregame show continues on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, getting ready for Riveridge and a North Crawford in our WIAA Division 4 regional semifinal. On the Russell office's injury report, players not playing for Riveridge tonight include number 8, Rylan Kirschbaum, number 19, Landon Copsey, and number 20, Cameron Reynolds. And for North Crawford, number 15, Caden Olson, and number 35, Hunter Smith, also out here this evening. If you've been injured, contact Russell offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and help you get the compensation you deserve. Visit RussellLaw.wi.com. Let's set up the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineup. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. For the North Crawford Trojans, the number 7 seed in this tournament, with a record of 12-9 overall, 7-7 in the Ridge and Valley Conference. North Crawford and DeSoto, the only 2 teams remaining in the postseason in the Ridge and Valley, as Seneca, Ithaca, and Weston all lost in last night's regional semifinal games. The starting lineup for North Crawford goes like this. Batting first, the center fielder, number 1, Cullen Jacobus. Batting second, the right fielder, number 0, Sawyer Steluka. Batting third, the shortstop, number 2, Andrew Munson. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 4, Landon Blaha. Batting fifth, the pitcher, number 8, Miles Candler. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 11, Zach Bender. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 7, Jake Odell. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 6, Payson Inke. And rounding out the starting lineup for North Crawford, playing third base, number 3, Landry Steluka. Again, the starting lineup for North Crawford, Jacobus, Sawyer Steluka, Munson, Landon Blaha, Miles Candler, Zach Bender, Odell, Inke, Landry Steluka. Those are the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups for the North Crawford Trojans. Coming up next, we'll get you the starters for the Riveridge Timberwolves as our Raleigh Cheese pregame show continues on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 2. Tricor Insurance works with leading insurance carriers like Auto Owners Insurance to provide honest and reliable service when you need it most.
For one, I want them to know that they're not alone. They know that no matter what happens when it comes up, that they can count on us to assist them through that process, whatever it may be.
Tricor and Auto Owners Insurance for your home, auto, and more. Visit TricorInsurance.com to find an agent near you.
Speeding and reckless driving are leading causes of injuries and deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Whether you're an athlete or a spectator, control your drive on our streets, county roads, and highways to keep all travelers safe. Don't speed. Don't be reckless. 0 in Wisconsin. Together, we can save lives. This message from the Queen Bee Radio family of stations and the WIAA.
Pregame 2.
Raleigh Cheese pregame show continues on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, getting ready for Riveridge and North Crawford in our Division 4 regional semifinal. The winner takes on Highland in tomorrow night's regional final matchup. We set up the Fuller's Milker Center starters for North Crawford. Let's set them up now for the Riveridge Timberwolves. 16-8 overall in the season, 14-2 co-champions in the Six Rivers Conference this year, their first ever conference title since becoming the Riveridge School District. Their starting lineup goes like this. Batting first, the shortstop, number 7, Carter Copsey. Batting second, the center fielder, number 21, Andrew Nice. Batting third, the third baseman, number 11, Cale Koenig. Batting cleanup, the pitcher, number 24, Blake Reynolds. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 10, Brandon Davis. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 12, Noah Copsey. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 2, Ty Adrian. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 32, Peyton Alvis. And batting ninth, the designated hitter, number 16, Aaron Bedward. He bats in place of the second baseman, number 4, Reese Drew. Again, the batting order for Riveridge: Carter Copsey, Nice, Koenig, Reynolds, Davis, Noah Copsey, Ty Adrian, Alvis, and Bedward. Those are the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups for the Riveridge Timberwolves. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. We'll take another timeout. We'll get you the Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game and the first pitch of Riveridge and North Crawford Division 4 Regional Semifinal. This has been the Raleigh Cheese pregame show presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the Cheese first pitch coming up next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 3.
Get ready to shake, rattle, and roll, folks. Grant Regional Health Center is celebrating its 70th anniversary, and we're turning back the time to 1955 when it all began. Join us on Tuesday, June 24th from 4 to 8 p.m. at A&W in Lancaster for Cruisin' for a Cause. Come dressed for our 50s theme and cruise on down to A&W. It'll be fun for the entire family. Don't miss this fabulous event set for Tuesday, June 24th at A&W, sponsored by Grant Regional Health Center Auxiliary.
Get ready, car lovers. It's Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors Car Show and Customer Appreciation Day, Saturday, June 14th from 10:30 to 2:30 in Prairie du Chien. Stop by Carey's for an afternoon of awesome cars, food and drinks, door prizes, and fun for the whole family. No trophies, no judging, no pressure, just good times and great rides. That's Saturday, June 14th at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Highway 18 in Prairie du Chien.
Pregame 3.
X1071, X1071.com, the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. We are closing in on the first pitch between Riveridge and North Crawford in our Division 4 Regional Semifinal. Our Grant Regional Health Center People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Our YouTube stream powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. On the bump for Riveridge, it'll be number 24, Blake Reynolds, who has a 7-1 record on his stat line, also has 1 save on the season, has pitched 53 2/3 innings, and has allowed 14 earned runs, allowed 37 hits, and 27 total runs on the campaign, as Colin Jacobus, Sawyer Stoluka, and Andrew Munson are due up for North Crawford in the top half of the first inning. Our colors of the game brought to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. North Crawford in their maroon jerseys with white pinstripes. North Crawford written across the back in white with white numbers and gray pants. Riveridge in their home white jerseys with some purple stripes horizontally in the bottom half of the jersey with purple numbers. Riveridge written across the chest in purple with white pants. Again, those are the colors of the game, brought to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs as Reynolds winds up for the first pitch, and that pitch is way high inside. Jacobus had to duck away from that one. Count is 1-0. We're off and running here from Riveridge High School in Patch Grove. Glad you're with us. Tyler Dictanis with you from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth on X1071 WPVL FM Platteville. 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed for strike one. Count is 1-1. Again, our scoreboard brought to you by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. We'll give you updates on some of the other games in our area as well. 1-1 pitch, another swing and a miss to make the count 1-2. Colin Jacobus trying to chase that one down low. Mount City Bank's total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Step into Mount City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at mountcitybank.com. That pitch by Reynolds misses low and away to make the count 2 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff batter, Colin Jacobus. Top half of the first inning, still scoreless. 2-2 pitch downstairs. Count is full, 3-2. Again at the plate, number 1, Colin Jacobus, the starting center fielder on deck. The right fielder, number 0, Sawyer Steluka. Here's the 3-2. That went inside for ball 4. And the leadoff batter for North Crawford reaches base on balls. 1 on, nobody out, top of the first, and now we see number 0, Sawyer Steluka, coming to the plate. I don't care, Pub and Grub in North Andover. I don't care is where great food, cold drinks, and great times await you. I don't care, Pub and Grub in North Andover. Reynolds checking the runner at first. And that pitch catches the strike zone outer third for strike 1. The defensive alignment for Riveridge in the outfield from left to right. It's Adrian Nice and Noah Copsey. And then from third to first, Koenig, Carter Copsey, Reese Drew, and Peyton Alvison. This is popped up sky high to second base as Drew calls everyone off, and he'll make the catch 1 away. In the top of the first, 1 on, 1 out. And now the number 3 hitter in the order, Andrew Munson. The shortstop, wearing number 2, comes to the plate. Right-handed batter steps into the box, awaits the pitch from Blake Reynolds. Pitch is down low, trying to steal second, and the throw is in time for the out. What a throw by Davis. Davis read that one the entire way and able to get the ball to Carter Copsey at second. So Colin Jacobus caught stealing. Now there's 2 away in the top of the first. And Andrew Munson trying to extend the inning for North Crawford. A 1 pitch upstairs for ball 1. Ma's Bakery in Bloomington, amazing food, attentive service, great prices for multiple daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, and catering for large and small gatherings throughout the tri-states. Visit Ma's Bakery in Bloomington at mazbakery.com. Count is now 1-2 to Andrew Munson. Steps out of the box briefly, now back in. Waits the 1-2 from Reynolds. Here's the delivery. That one catches the strike zone for strike 3, a backwards K to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. We go to the bottom of the first. Riveridge nothing, North Crawford nothing. Wolves up to bat next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 1.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees that put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
Trade out and trade up with the Gia Milking Performance promotion at Fuller's Milker Center. For a limited time, trade out your old milking units and liners and immediately benefit by trading up to a better milking performance at substantial savings. Choose from the Gia IQ milking unit or the classic 300E milking unit, both available with a GQ liner package. Plus, save if you need to swap Jetter cups too. Contact Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your Gia dealer in Lancaster and Richland Center to find out how you can save big trading out and trading up on new Gia milking equipment technology.
In game 1.
Bottom of the first inning, Riveridge now up to bat. Due up for the Wolves, Carter Copsey, Andrew Nice, and Cale Koenig. As the pitcher, number 8, Miles Candler, finishing up his warm-up pitches. He'll be the starting pitcher today for the North Crawford Trojans. The defensive alignment for North Crawford in the outfield from left to right, it's Odell, Jacobus, and Sawyer Stuluka. And then from third to first, Landry Stuluka, Munson, Inky, and Bender. And Landon Blaha is catching for Candler here this afternoon. Our Grant Regional Health Center People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty, and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Carter Copsey now at the plate for the Wolves, steps in and awaits the first pitch from Candler. And already we're going to have a quick conference on the mound as Landon Blaha talking things over with his pitcher. Carter Copsey on the season batting .463, has an on-base percentage of .542 and an OPS of 1.09. And now it looks like the pitching situation is sorted out. And now Candler set to deliver. That pitch high and inside. Copsey has to turn away from that one. Count is 1-0. 1-0 pitch. That one misses outside for ball 2. Warco Transportation for employment opportunities and to plan your next getaway. Visit warcotransportation.com. Warco Transportation of Bloomington. 2-0 pitch. Downstairs, count is 3-0. Miles Candler having a hard time finding the strike zone early on. Here's the 3-0. That one does catch the strike zone for a called strike. 3 balls, 1 strike to Carter Copsey, the leadoff batter for Riveridge. North Crawford went down in order in the top half of the first inning. Here's the 3-1. Contact made and a grounder to short. Nice play by Munson. Throw to first is in time for the out. Nice play by Munson at shortstop, able to get to Bender in time. 6-3 ground out. 1 away in the bottom of the first. Blue Jays Bar and Grill in Bloomington. Great taste like Blue Jays Friday Fish Fry and great pizza options are just some of what you'll find. See their menu on Facebook and at Blue Jays Bar and Grill in Bloomington. Andrew Nice, the lefty batter, center fielder, looks at the first pitch, and it's a called strike, catching the inner third of the strike zone. Andrew Nice batting on the season at .268 with an on-base percentage of .386 and an OPS of .682. A 1 pitch finds the strike zone. Count is now no balls and 2 strikes to Andrew Nice. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. First strikeout recorded by Miles Candler. First strikeout of the game. 2 away now in the bottom of the first. Now the number 3 hitter in the order, number 11, Cale Koenig, up to the plate. Koenig batting .487 on the season, an on-base percentage of .511 and an OPS of 1.14. Tips the first pitch foul. Count is 0-1. Langmeyer Lumber, your one stop for lumber. The contractors go to Langmeyer Lumber, and you should too. Langmeyer Lumber in Bloomington. A 1 pitch in the dirt. Count is now 1-1. The Economy Feed Mill in Bloomington, Glen Haven, and Fenimore, featuring custom blends and more for your operation. The Economy Feed Mill in Bloomington, Glen Haven, and Fenimore. 1-1 pitch. Just misses the strike zone in the lower third. 2 balls, 1 strike to Cale Koenig. If he reaches base, number 24, Blake Reynolds, is on deck. Big contact made, deep center field. Jacobus giving chase, and that will hit the fence for at least a double. And Cale Koenig gets the first hit of the game. A 2-out double. Extends the inning for Riveridge. 1 on, 2 out, bottom of the first. Now the cleanup hitter, Blake Reynolds, getting ready to step into the box. Blake Reynolds on the season has 19 RBIs, is batting .391 on the campaign, .506 on-base percentage as well. First pitch is away for ball 1, and ball gets away from the catcher, Landry Stuluka, but Cale Koenig holding at second base. Candler looking back at Koenig, now delivers. Contact made, and that is going to drop for a base hit. No, foul along the right field line. Looks like it was going to be fair from my vantage point from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth. The home plate umpire has a much cleaner view, and he doesn't have a fence in front of him. So the count is 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Blake Reynolds. Community First Bank. For you in the communities where you live, work, and play, experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com. Member FDIC. 1-2 out bottom of the first. Blake Reynolds at the plate. And that ball gets away from the catcher, Blaha, and the runner will take off for third. So stolen base for Cale Koenig. And he's 90 feet away from scoring. Seeing if Blake Reynolds can deliver. Hit Riveridge's first run of the game. 2-1 pitch, contact made. Popped right back to the catcher, or to the pitcher, beg your pardon, and a toss to first. It'll be a 1-3 ground out to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We are through 1 inning at Riveridge High School in Patch Grove. We are still scoreless. Trojans up to bat in the top of the second on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 2.
Mount City Bank is here to help you stay alert and protect yourself from scammers who try to trick you into handing over your money by pretending to be us over the phone. Some scammers may act friendly and helpful, while others may use threats or fear tactics. They'll try to get to your personal information or pressure you into sending money. Remember, Mount City Bank will never ask for these things. If you feel your accounts have been compromised, stop in or call us at 608-348-2685. Mount City Bank is proud to be here for you. Member FDIC.
Mount City Bank.
Get ready for the opening of Krantz Do It Best Hardware's new location on June 10th in Fenimore at 280 Lincoln Avenue. Your full-service hardware store will now offer even more from Milwaukee and DeWalt tools to Valspar paint, plumbing, housewares, key cutting, and more. Lawn and garden? Covered. Electrical and fasteners? Absolutely. Come see Krantz Hardware at their new location starting June 10th. The new Krantz Do It Best Hardware. Open Monday through Friday 7 to 6, Saturday 8 to 4, and Sunday 10 to 2. In Game 2.
High school baseball on X1071, sponsored by Mount City Bank. The total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Step into Mount City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at MountCityBank.com. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up for North Crawford in the top of the second inning. Landon Blaha, Miles Candler, and Zach Bender. Our Grant Regional Health Center People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. First pitch of the inning way upstairs for ball 1 to the catcher, number 4, Landon Blaha. Game also brought to you by Langmeyer Lumber, your one-stop for lumber. The contractors go to Langmeyer Lumber, and you should too. Langmeyer Lumber in Bloomington. Second pitch fouled off to make the count 1-1. Blue Jays Bar and Grill in Bloomington. Great taste like Blue Jays Friday Fish Fry. And great pizza options are just some of what you'll find. See their menu on Facebook and at Blue Jays Bar and Grill in Bloomington. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch grounded back to short. Nice play by Copsey. Tossed to first in time for the out. (6-3) ground out. 1 away in the top of the second. And now the opposing pitcher, number 8, Miles Candler, stepping into the box. Taps home plate, awaits the first pitch from Blake Reynolds. That pitch is low for ball 1. Warco Transportation for employment opportunities that are planning your next getaway. Visit warcotransportation.com. Warco Transportation of Bloomington. 1-0 pitch, contact made, and a grounder to third. Nice play by Koenig. Toss to first is in time for the out. A web gem play by Koenig at third. That's a 5-3 ground out. Sacrificing the body in a do-or-die game. 2 away now in the top of the second. Now Zach Bender, the first baseman, trying to record a hit. Another right-handed batter for the Trojans. Swings the turquoise bat, swung on a miss for strike 1. Ma's Bakery in Bloomington, amazing food, attentive service, great prices for multiple daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, and catering for large and small gatherings throughout the tri-states. Visit Ma's Bakery in Bloomington and at mazbakery.com. Count is now 1-1. Zach Bender looked at that pitch upstairs. Reynolds set to deal the 1-1. Here's a delivery. That one low for ball 2. Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Belmont defeats Barneveld in sectional semifinal softball, so the Braves will be playing tomorrow for a trip to state. Count is now 2-2 to Zach Bender with 2 outs in the top of the second. Also in progress on ESPN Radio, AM 5090 WPVL, Fenimore leading Lancaster 2-0. That's in Division 3. 2-2 pitch, swung on a miss for strike 3. Second strikeout for Reynolds on the game, and the Trojans go down in order in the second. Ground out, strikeout, and we go to the bottom of the second inning. Wolves out to bat next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 3.
Hello, I'm Nicole. I fly DBQ, and so should you. The morning flight departure and the evening return allows for more travel options. If I'm flying for business, I want to make sure that it's efficient so that I can be home. If it's for vacation, I want to have as much time away as possible, and so I don't want to worry about the travel time and the connections. With little kids like I have, it's less stress, it's enjoyable, fun, and I like to do it as much as I can.
The Dubuque Regional Airport. The time is right for you to fly DBQ.
Are you feeling icky or feeling yucky? Or just feeling all kilter?
Let Crescent Quick Care help you fix that feeling. Crescent Quick Care combines high-quality clinical expertise with convenience to help you with serious but not life-threatening conditions. Crescent Quick Care is available Monday through Fridays with no appointment needed. Learn more by visiting crescentchc.org and hit the Our Services tab. Crescent Quick Care, a part of Crescent Community Health Center in Dubuque.
In Game 3.
Riveridge up to bat in the bottom of the second inning. Still scoreless between Riveridge and North Crawford. Division 4 regional semifinal on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. As the first pitch to Brandon Davis is a called ball. It'll be Brandon Davis, Noah Copsey, and Ty Adrian due up for the Wolves. As Davis drops a bunt, a slow roller to the third base side, and Davis is going to leg it out for an infield single. Bunt single for Brandon Davis gets the leadoff batter in the inning. On base, 1 on, nobody out. Bottom of the second. And now Noah Copsey, the right fielder, wearing number 12. Coming to the plate. Noah Copsey batting on the season, 176 batting average, a non-base percentage of .511, and an OPS of 1.14. First pitch upstairs. Landon Blaha is standing up, checking the runner at first. Then tosses back to the pitcher. Copsey looks at that pitch, and that's upstairs for ball 2. Lucky's Bar and Grill. Enjoy Taco Tuesday and Friday Fish, and follow Lucky's Bar and Grill on Facebook for other specials and hours. Lucky's in Bagley. 2-0 pitch is low. Count is 3-0 to Noah Copsey. Ty Adrian on deck for Riveridge. Runner at first with nobody out. Bottom of the second inning, still scoreless between Riveridge and North Crawford. Copsey shows bunt, and that ball gets away. And advancing on a wild pitch will be Brandon Davis. Noah Copsey, base on balls, a 4-pitch walk. 2 on, nobody out. Bottom of the second. And now Ty Adrian, the left fielder, coming to the plate. Ty Adrian batting 138 on the season, on-base percentage of .354. Also has 6 RBIs on his stat line on the year. Kieler checks the runner at second, and the pitch is in there for a called strike. Miles Candler has 1 strikeout, struck out Andrew Nice in the first inning. Checks on Adrian, now delivers the 0-1, and that's upstairs for ball 1. The Economy Feed Mill of Bloomington, Glen Haven, and Fenimore, featuring custom blends and more for your operation. The Economy Feed Mill in Bloomington, Glen Haven, and Fenimore. 1-1 pitch. Down and away, count is 2-1 to Noah Copsey, number 6 hitter in the order. Got Brandon Davis at second, reach base on a bunt single, and Noah Copsey was just walked a moment ago. Adrian trying to keep the running, trying to add runners on, and the big swing and a miss to make the count 2-2. Community First Bank, for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com, member FDIC. 2-2 pitch, contact made, lifted to deep right field, and it's going to hook foul out of play. Our audio stream today powered by Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque. Anderson Weber Toyota, when you are ready. Also by Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. 2-2 pitch, misses the strike zone inside to make the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, nobody out. Bottom of the second inning. Riveridge threatening in the second inning early on. Ty Adrian at the plate, the number 7 hitter in the order, Peyton Alvis on deck. 3-2 pitch in the dirt for ball 4. Bases are loaded with nobody out in the bottom of the second. Now the first baseman, Peyton Alvis, coming to the plate. Alvis batting .093 on the season, an on-base percentage of .304, an OPS of .397. Has 2 RBIs on the season and a quick mound conference as Adam Stenner, the head coach for North Crawford, talking with his infielders. Baseball today brought to you by Shingles Heating and Cooling, your local Daikin dealer. Call Bradley Schneider for heating, ventilating, and air conditioning service from Shingles Heating and Cooling in Bloomington. Also by Claire Bank with their 8 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin. Proud to support our community events. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Also by Herms's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Herms's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main in Platteville. See Hermson's for the perfect paint for your next project. Herms's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. The North Crawford infield takes their positions. 3 on, nobody out. Bottom of the second. Brandon Davis standing at third base. Noah Copsey at second. Ty Adrian at first. A single and then back-to-back walks. Put the first 3 batters of the inning for Riveridge on base, and the first pitch is a called strike to Peyton Alvis. Peyton Alvis, the number 8 hitter in the order, wears number 32, bats right-handed, swings and misses at that pitch to make the count 0-2. Aaron Bedward on deck for Riveridge, and then we'll be back to the top of the order with Carter Copsey. 0-2 pitch, swung on a miss for strike 3. Second strikeout for Miles Candler on the game. 1 away in the bottom of the second. Bases still loaded for Riveridge. Now the number 9 hitter in the order, Aaron Bedward, designated hitter, steps into the box. Bedward looks at the first pitch, and it's a called ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Bedward batting in place of the second baseman, number 4, Reese Drew. Bedward batting .159 on the season, an on-base percentage of .260. And that pitch is inside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Aaron Bedward. Again, Carter Copsey, the number 1 hitter in the order, in the on-deck circle for Riveridge. And a grounder in foul territory. Makes the count 2-1. 3 on, 1 out, bottom of the second inning. Riveridge trying to cash in early, trying to break the scoreless tie. And this one, a grounder over to the third base side. Throw home is in time for the out. So a fielder's choice gets a second out of the inning. Bases still loaded for Riveridge. And now we'll see if Carter Copsey can deliver for the Wolves. Grounded out 6-3 in his first at bat in the first inning. Carter Copsey with 11 RBIs on the season can pad that here. And the first pitch is low for ball 1. Lucky's Bar and Grill. Enjoy Taco Tuesday and Friday Fish, and follow Lucky's Bar and Grill on Facebook for other specials and hours. Lucky's in Bagley. No pitch is low to make the count 2 balls and no strikes. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist, the pros of Brian's, gets the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. This one will be grounded foul on the third base side right in front of the Riveridge dugout. 2 balls, 1 strike to Carter Copsey. If he reaches base, Andrew Nice is in the on-deck circle for the Wolves. Great afternoon for high school baseball. Overcast sky, very cloudy. A bit of a haze. This one hit right back to the pitcher. Candler loses the handle momentarily, but will get it to first in time to get out of the jam. Riveridge had bases loaded with nobody out, but unable to cash in. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 3 left on base. We go to the top of the third. Riveridge nothing, North Crawford nothing. Trojans up to bat next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 4.
Hello, Ben here from Darlington Family Dental. Your smile is as important to us as it is to you. Give us a call and schedule a consultation to figure out if clear aligners might be right for you. The consultation is free. Zero interest financing is available. This solution for your smile might be more cost-effective than you think. Call our team and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
Milk has been building champions for centuries. Research shows that real milk builds pregame muscle, and low-fat chocolate milk restores postgame muscle for athletes like few other beverages. That's why the pros know they're gonna need milk to fuel their performance. Learn their inspiring stories at gonnaneedmilk.com. Gonna needmilk.com. Brought to you by Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin.
In Game 4.
Top of the third inning from Riveridge High School into Patch Grove. Still scoreless between Riveridge and North Crawford in our Division 4 regional semifinal as a hit by pitch puts a base runner on for North Crawford. Jake Odell was hit on the first pitch of the inning. And that will bring up number 6, Payson Inke, the second baseman wearing number 6, and then Landry Stoluka, the number 9 hitter in the order, also due up in this inning. Shows bunt, and it's going to be fouled back to the backstop. Count is 0-1 to Payson Inke. Russell Offs is here to assist as your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Proudly serving Southern Wisconsin. Russell Law offices. A 1 pitch can be popped up over the backstop and out of play, and thankfully away from my head. Count is 0-2. Riveridge nothing, North Crawford nothing. Riveridge just had bases loaded in the bottom of the second inning with nobody out, but unable to come through. As the 0-2 pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Great stop there by Davis, able to hold the runner at first. 1 on, nobody out, top of the third. Payson Inke waiting the 0-2, or the 1-2, and that's a called strike 3, a backwards K for Blake Reynolds, his third strikeout of the game. 1 on, 1 out now in the top of the third, and we'll see the number 9 hitter in the order, Landry Stoluka, the third baseman, coming to the plate. Whereas number 3 bats left-handed. Reynolds checking the runner at first, now delivers. That one's low for ball 1. McNutt Electric in Belmont can assist with all of your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNutt Electric are on call and ready to help you with your agricultural, business, and commercial needs. McNutt Electric in Belmont. 1-0 pitch, shows bunt, pulls it back, still a called strike. 1-1 to Landry Stoluka on deck. We'll go back to the top of the order with Colin Jacobus. 1-1 pitch, called strike. Nice placement there by Reynolds. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 on, 1 out, top of the third inning. Still scoreless between Riveridge and North Crawford. Trojans at the plate. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Reynolds after the hit by pitch to begin the inning. Now Colin Jacobus trying to record his first hit of the game. Was walked in his first at bat. It was caught stealing for the second out of the inning. Snap throw to first after the pitch. Runner is safe. Count is 1-0 to Colin Jacobus. Reynolds deals. That one's in the dirt. Davis trying to find it. And a throw to second, not going to be in time. So a stolen base for Jake Odell. Puts him in scoring position. See if Colin Jacobus can come through for the Trojans in the top of the third. He has a 2-0 count on Blake Reynolds. Sawyer Stoluka in the on-deck circle for the Trojans, and that one is low for ball 3. One on, 2 out, top of the third. Runner in scoring position. And that is a called strike. Jacobus didn't get the bat back in time. Count is 3 balls, 1 strike to Jacobus. Reynolds checks the runner at second, now delivers. Contact made, straightaway center field, and that will drop for a base hit. 1 run comes in, and the Trojans are on the board. A 1-run double puts North Crawford up 1-0 in the top of the third. Big contact to the left center field gap. Now Sawyer Stoluka trying to deliver as well. This one in the dirt, and Davis loses the ball, and the runner advances to third. Misses on the pass ball. Yeah, North Crawford 1, Riveridge 0. And a grounder over to short, and that will find its way into shallow left field. And just like that, another RBI for North Crawford. This one an RBI single with Sawyer Stoluka. Back-to-back RBI hits for North Crawford, all coming with 2 outs in the top of the third. It's North Crawford 2, Riveridge 0. Now Andrew Munson at the plate, trying to make up for striking out his first at-bat. Pitch is high for ball 1. Tim Slack Auction and Realty, whether buying or selling, call Tim Cathy Chase and their staff today. Tim Slack Auction and Realty, Lancaster and Fenimore. 1-0 pitch misses low and away for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 on, 2 out, top of the third. North Crawford 2, Riveridge 0. 2-0 pitch is low to make the count 3-0. Earlier in the inning, Reynolds had back-to-back strikeouts and then just gave up 2 hits to bring 2 runs in. 3-0 pitch catches the strike zone for a called strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. Now this one popped up. It's in play, and Alvis able to close the glove on it in foul territory to end the inning. 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors, and 1 left on base. North Crawford strikes first in the top of the third. Wolves will try to answer it in the bottom half of the inning on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 5, are you ready to stitch your way into a rewarding career? Then listen up, because Land's End is hiring embroidery machine operators for second shift. Whether you're experienced or just have an eye for detail, they'll train you to become a pro. Plus, enjoy incentive pay during select weeks and work with a team that feels more like family. That's right, great pay, earning opportunities, co-workers, and a schedule that works for you. Apply today at landsend.com/jobs and start your career with Land's End, where every stitch matters.
Tri-state thunderstorms can bring winds, rain, and hail, some of the damage you may not even see. Bel Air Home Restoration is a local family-owned company that's been serving the tri-state since 1955. Let them repair or replace areas hit by hail, and they'll even deal with your insurance company. They'll get you done quickly. 3 weeks from signing a contract, they'll be on your roof getting it done. Call Bel Air Home Restoration today for an appointment at 608-348-2381, or check them out online at belairhomerestoration.com or Facebook.
In Game 5.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Andrew Nice at the plate looks at the first pitch, and it's away for ball one. Andrew Nice, Cale Koenig, and Blake Reynolds due up for the Wolves. In the bottom half of the third, North Crawford with a 2-0 lead on Riveridge as Nice lifts this one into left field, and that will drop for a base hit. Nice will hold up at first, and a leadoff single for the Wolves in the bottom of the third. Andrew Nice now 1 for 2 on the game after striking out in his first at-bat in the first inning. Now Cale Koenig up to the plate. Hit a double in his first at-bat in the first, and then stole third, but unable to come home. As Kieler delivers the pitch, and that one's way inside for a ball. Andrew Nice will hold up at first. Kind of the top half of the inning, 2 runs on 2 hits for North Crawford, as the home plate umpire and the field ump talking things over. And the count is 1-0. CJ ATM Service. See Chuck Schneering for all of your business and large-scale event ATM needs. Find CJ ATM Service on Facebook to learn more. CJ ATM Service of Platteville. 1-0 pitch is low for ball 2. 1 on, nobody out, bottom of the third inning. North Crawford 2, Riveridge nothing. It's a 2-0 pitch. Catches a strike zone for a called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to the third baseman, Cale Koenig. Koenig hits this one over to the second base side, and it will roll its way into center field. Andrew Nice trying to get back to second in time. And is he safe? They're going to say he got back in time. I thought he might have been tagged by the shortstop on the throw back into the infield, but now 2 runners on for Riveridge off back-to-back singles to lead off the bottom half of the third inning. 2 on, nobody out. Bottom of the third. And a swing and a miss. Big swing there by Blake Reynolds. Makes the count 0-1. Reynolds hit into a 1-3 ground out to end the first inning. That went inside for ball 1. Justin Washburn and the H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical team continue to provide top-quality plumbing, heating, and electrical services for your business, home, and farm. H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical serving you in Fenimore, Lancaster, and Boscobel. This one hit into shallow center field, and Nice is rounding third. Throw home is not going to be in time. And now runners at the corners for Riveridge by way of the RBI single for Blake Reynolds. Riveridge gets on the board. In the bottom of the third, it's still 2-1 in favor of North Crawford. As Brandon Davis makes contact, and that will be fouled off out of play. Cale Koenig, the runner at third. Blake Reynolds, the runner at first for Riveridge. Brandon Davis at the plate, the number 5 hitter in the order. And a bunt single to begin the second inning, and that pitch is outside. And he does get the bat back in time. Count is 1-1 to Brandon Davis on deck. Is number 12, the right fielder, Noah Copsey. 1-1 pitch, runner takes off, and Reynolds is going to steal second. Stolen base for Blake Reynolds, second stolen base of the game for Riveridge. The 2-1 pitch is inside to make the count 3 balls, 1 strike. So the sun's starting to peek out from the right field side. 74 degrees, our game time temperature. As Kieler winds up. Big contact made and finds the right center field gap. 1 run will come in. And now the go-ahead run rounding third, and Reynolds will score. And Riveridge is in the lead, 3-2, off the two-run single by Brandon Davis. One on, nobody out, bottom of the third. Wolves have scored 3 runs on 4 hits in this inning. Now the catcher, Landon Blaha, wants to talk things over with the pitcher, Miles Candler. And while they have their discussion, we'll tell you that our game is brought to you by TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Give Jim Jury and the gang a call. TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. And by First Supply of Platteville, your total commercial plumbing and heating wholesale outlet. When quality parts are needed, the experts rely on First Supply in Platteville. Noah Copsey at the plate for Riveridge. Reached base on a 4-pitch walk in his last at bat and fouls off the first pitch to make the count 0-1. All the scoring in this game coming in this third inning. Top half of the inning, 2 runs on 2 hits for North Crawford. And in the bottom half of the third, Riveridge now in the lead, 3-2. 3 runs on 4 hits. A runner at first with nobody out. Copsey at the plate, and Noah Copsey looks at that one. It's in the dirt to make the count 1-1. Guys Truck and Tractor for heavy-duty towing and recovery, reliable 24-hour roadside service and long-distance transports. Calling Guys Truck and Tractor in Kieler and at guystruck.com. 1-1 pitch. Copsey fouls this one off. It's going to be way out of play along the third base side. Actually, it's going to go all the way back to the football field press box behind us. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner takes off and a big hit into shallow center field. Nice hit and run executed by Riveridge. Noah Copsey gets a single. Brandon Davis holds up at second. So runners at first and second for Riveridge with nobody out in the bottom of the third after already bringing in 3 runs in the bottom half of this inning. Now Ty Adrian, the left fielder, trying to reach base for a second time. He was walked back in the second. Steps into the box, and Miles Candler trying to collect himself and deliver the first pitch. Checks Davis at second, now gets the pitch. Ball gets away from the catcher in a wild pitch. Advances the runners to second and third. 2 runners now in scoring possession for Riveridge with a 3-2 lead in the bottom half of the third. Riveridge 3, North Crawford 2. 2 on, nobody out, bottom of the third inning. Ty Adrian makes contact on the 1-0 pitch, and the ball lost momentarily by Munson. Throw to first is not in time. 1 run comes across for Riveridge. Cale Koenig scores. Beg your pardon, that's Brandon Davis scoring for Riveridge. It's now 4-2. Favor of Riveridge with runners at the corners. Nobody out in the bottom of the third. And Peyton Alvis looks at the first pitch, and Noah Copsey will steal second base. Actually, beg your pardon, that's Ty Adrian stealing second base as Alvis fouls off this pitch to make the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners at second and third again for Riveridge with a 4-2 lead. Single, 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 single. All this golf swing there, misses contact, makes the count 0-2. In the on-deck circle for Riveridge, it's number 16, Aaron Bedward. As Bedward actually comes to the plate here after Alvis strikes out. Grounder over to second base. Losing the handle is Inky, and a toss to first is in time. So a fielder's choice gets the second out of the inning. As one run comes across for Riveridge, it's now 5-2 in favor of the Wolves. Carter Kotze looks at the first pitch, and it bounces in the dirt to make the count 1-0. Carter Kotze 0 for 2 on the game so far. The number 9 batter of the inning that Candler has faced, as that one's in the dirt to make the count 2-0. Riveridge 5 runs on 6 hits in this inning. As this one is hit, and that one just misses fair territory on the third base side. Just inches away from being in play. Count is 2-1. To Carter Kotze, Riveridge 5, North Crawford 2. Bottom of the third inning. All of our runs coming in this third frame. Candler delivers the 2-1. This one we grounded over too short. Munson plays it. Throw to first is in time for the out. And that will end the third inning. Riveridge, 5 runs on 6 hits. No errors. And 2 left on base. We go to the fourth inning. It's Riveridge 5, North Crawford 2. Trojans up to bat next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 6.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Progressive knows owning a home can be hard, but not always. Like when you're relaxing on your patio, enjoying a nice, quiet evening. So quiet. Except for the sound of the neighbor's party. Which you said you'd go to if you weren't busy. And your quiet night on the patio, that's not exactly busy, is it? Maybe you should just stay inside. At least Progressive's Home Quote Explorer lets you easily compare rates, so shopping for insurance is the easiest part of owning a home. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
In Game 6.
Landon Blaha at the plate for North Crawford. It's Blaha, Miles Candler, and Zach Bender due up for the North Crawford Trojans as Riveridge has taken a 5-2 lead on North Crawford as this one popped up sky high, and Brandon Davis trying to track that one down, and that ball is dropped. Are they going to say he was out? They're going to say he was out, and then he dropped it. So 1 away. In the top of the fourth, our Grant Regional Health Center People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters, and overhead doors on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. 1 away in the top of the fourth. This is Miles Candler at the plate. Hit into a 5-3 ground out in his first plate appearance. Back in the second inning, looks at the first pitch, and it's inside for ball 1. Shoebox scoreboard update again. Belmont over Barneveld in sectional semifinal softball. So the Belmont Braves with an opportunity to go to state tomorrow. Count is now 2-0 to Miles Candler. Also last update, Fenimore 7, Lancaster 2. As this one fell back. We even went off the umpire's mask. 2 balls, 1 strike. To Miles Candler, Zach Bender on deck for North Crawford, 1 away. In the top of the fourth, nobody on base. 2-1 pitch is low for ball 3. Count is 3-1. Carver's Hardwood Flooring. For Hardwood Flooring stair installation and refinishing needs, call Ryan Carver, the only National Wood Flooring Association certified installer, sander, and finisher in the tri-state area. Carver's Hardwood Flooring in Benton. As Miles Candler is walked. 1 on, 1 out. Top of the fourth, Riveridge 5, North Crawford 2. Zach Bender at the plate, struck out in his last appearance in the second inning. Tech Resource Management of Greener Way, Tech Resource Management of Monroe. This is the first pitch. That one's in the dirt. Davis loses it, and the runner will advance to second. Candler getting to second base off the passed ball. Count is 1-0. Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors at Belmont, Prairie du Chien, and at carriesguttersanddoors.com. And by Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montford, and at Sloans.com. Big swing there by Zach Bender. Swung on and missed. Count is now 1-1. With 1 on and 1 out in the top of the fourth. Riveridge with a 5-2 lead on the Trojans. Snap throw to second, and runner gets back in time. Throw just a bit high. Reynolds gets ready to deal the 1-1. Pitches a called ball, just missed the strike zone on the outer third. Bouse Electric, call Brad Adrian and Josh Busher. Bouse Electric, Lancaster and Fenimore. And by WCC Brands Custom Apparel and Kieler, and at WCC-Brands.com. Count is now 2-2 after the swing and a miss by Zach Bender. Two pitch upstairs. Count is full. 3-2. Jake Odell on deck for North Crawford. Reynolds checking the runner at second. 3-2 pitch. Swung on a miss for strike 3. 2 away in the top of the fourth with the runner at second for North Crawford. Now Jake Odell, the left fielder, will try and extend the inning. He was hit by a pitch on the first pitch of the third inning. Also stole a base. There's a snap throw to second. Miles Candler is safe at second base. Reynolds checks the runner again, now delivers the pitch. That one way inside. Jake Odell has to duck away from that one. Count is up 1-0. People's State Bank, for personal, home, business, and ag loans, visit one of their area convenient locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC. Swing and a miss to make the count 1-1 strike to Jake Odell. Riveridge 5, North Crawford 2. Trojans at bat in the top half of the fourth inning. The 1-1 pitch. What's the call here? I believe they're going to say it's a balk, so that will put Zach Bender at third base, so he's 90 feet away from scoring. 1 on and 2 outs in the top of the fourth. Jake Odell trying to come through. Odell falls it back to the backstop to make the count 1-2 strikes. Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's Pest Control salutes our local athletes. Gary's Pest Control with over 40 years of professional, friendly service. Runner at third for North Crawford. Jake Odell at the plate. Here's the 1-2, and that is a called strike 3. 6th strikeout for Blake Reynolds of the game. And in the top half of the fourth inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Riveridge 5, North Crawford 2 on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 7.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees that put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
Queen Bee Radio has your chance to win great seats to see Milwaukee baseball. Sign up to win at Okies Market in Cassville, Goodney's Garage in Platteville, Pink's Automotive in Lancaster, the Horseshoe Tavern Prairie du Chien, U.S. Cellular in Platteville, Reckler Insurance, and Boondock Sports Bar in Wazeeka. Plus catch Pizzeria Uno, the Annex, the Back Bar, and the Back Nine, and Home Key Real Estate coverage of Milwaukee baseball. Heard on AM 1590 WPVL. Presented by Napa Auto Parts of Boscoville, Pink's Automotive, and Goodney's Garage.
In Game 7.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Andrew Nice, Cale Koenig, and Blake Reynolds due up for the Riveridge Timberwolves as Nice will ground this one over to second base. Inky makes the play, toss to Bender. And Andrew Nice is retired on a 4-3 groundout. Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Cale Koenig now at the dish. First pitch inside for ball one. 2 for 2 so far today. A double in the first inning, a single in the third. That single in the third, part of that big 5-run inning for Riveridge back 1 inning ago. And that pitch is an inside pitch. Count is 2-0. Two-0 pitch. That one in the dirt to make the count 3 balls, no strikes. It's Cale Koenig. Donnie's Tire and Auto, called the only hooker in town for 24-hour towing service at 568-3014. That's 568-3014. Your home for excellent car care is at Donnie's Tire and Auto in Dickeyville. 3 balls, no strikes to Cale Koenig. One out, nobody on. Bottom half of the fourth inning, Riveridge with a 5-2 lead, and that is a called strike. Just clipping the outer third of the strike zone. Baseball also brought to you by Krantz Auto Parts, your local hardware Hank and Napa dealers. See Rob Krantz and the crew at Krantz Auto Parts for full service repair on cars and light trucks too. Krantz Auto Parts in Fenimore. 3-1 pitch. This one will be grounded over to second base, but the ball bounces high out of the reach of Munson. And a seeing eye single for Cale Koenig. Makes him 3 for 3 on the game. A double and a pair of singles. Now Blake Reynolds at the plate. He's 1 for 2. Hit into a ground out in the first and then had the RBI single in the third. First pitch misses out and away for ball one. Riveridge 5, North Crawford 2, 1 on and 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. About halfway through the game on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. 1-0 pitch misses downstairs to make the count 2-0. Baseball also brought to you by Mount City Bank. Their total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop into Mount City Bank to apply. As this will be grounded foul along the third base side. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at mountcitybank.com. 2 balls, 1 strike to Blake Reynolds. Runner at first for Riveridge. That pitch is inside to make the count 3-1. I don't care, Pub and Grub in North Andover. I don't care is where great food, cold drinks, and great times await you. I don't care, Pub and Grub in North Andover. Blake Reynolds looks at that pitch. It's downstairs for ball 4. Blake Reynolds reaches base for the second time today. Runners at first and second for Riveridge, and Brandon Davis will come to the plate. He had the 2-run single to put Riveridge in the lead, 3-2 back in the third inning, and a bound conference coming up for North Crawford, and it looks like we will have a pitching change as Candler I believe is going to surrender the baseball, and we'll have a new pitcher coming into the game. Candler has pitched 3 1/3 and has allowed 5 runs on 9 hits. And has 3 strikeouts. I was trying to see who it is that will be pitching, and it's going to be at number 2, Andrew Munson. So he is at short. Moves from short to the pitcher's mound. While he finishes his warm-up pitches, we'll tell you that our game is brought to you by Ma's Bakery in Bloomington. Amazing food, attentive service, great prices for multiple daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, and catering for large and small gatherings throughout the tri-state area. Visit Ma's Bakery in Bloomington and mazbakery.com. I believe as a result of the pitching change, that will move Kieler to short. Again, Riveridge with 2 base runners on in the bottom of the 4th. We also have a courtesy runner for Blake Reynolds. It will be number 27, Draven Morris, running the bases. So Draven Morris is standing at first. Cal Koenig at second for Riveridge. So runners at first and second. Scores 5-2, advantage Riveridge, and Munson has finished his warm-up pitches. And we're set to resume play. Brandon Davis, again, had the 2-run single back in the 3rd to put Riveridge in the lead. And the first pitch is way upstairs for ball 1. Davis showed bunt, but got the bat back in time. 1-0 pitch outside. Makes the count 2-0. Winner of this game takes on Highland tomorrow night for a regional championship and an opportunity to play in the sectionals at Blair Taylor. As Davis drops a bunt right back to the pitcher, throw to first is in time, and that moves both runners into scoring position. So a sac bunt is the first out, or the second out of the inning, beg your pardon. As Noah Copsey coming up to the plate. Copsey was walked in the 2nd and singled in the 3rd. And falls the first pitch back to make the count 0-1. Warco Transportation for employment opportunities or to plan your next getaway. Visit warcotransportation.com. Warco Transportation of Bloomington. Munson deals. Copsey swings and misses to make the count 0-2. 2 on, 2 out, bottom of the 4th. Riveridge with a 5-2 lead. Noah Copsey trying to extend the inning for Riveridge and deliver a big hit to blow this game open. And he makes contact, and that one's right back to the pitcher. Great reflexes that time by Andrew Munson to record the out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We go to the 5th. It's Riveridge 5, North Crawford 2. Trojans up to bat next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 8.
Not sure what to major in, but know you need a college degree? No problem. Northeast Iowa Community College is your best choice to explore your options. At NICC, we make it easy to find your path with minimal debt. We have low tuition, great financial aid, and flexible programs to discover your interests and build your future without wasting valuable time or money. Start strong with NICC, the smart choice for your college education. Visit nicc.edu and begin your journey today.
Dubuque and All That Jazz is back and celebrating 3 decades of toe tapping, soul shaking, community love and fun. On Friday, June 6th, 5 p.m. to 10:30, Town Clock Plaza in downtown Dubuque. It turns into the ultimate summer stage. Catch The Business, Chicago's funk and soul powerhouse, plus the DZ Combo, and the Roosevelt Middle School Jazz Band gets it started. Great music, cold drinks, and local food trucks. Admissions free. Bring a chair, bring your crew, and enjoy the good vibes. Dubuque and All That Jazz. 30 years of rhythm, soul, and community.
In Game 8.
Top of the fifth inning, Riveridge 5, North Crawford 2, Division 4 regional semifinal on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. It's Payson Inke, Landry Stoluka, and Cullen Jacobus due up for the Trojans, and the first pitch is a called ball. Count is 1-0 to Payson Inke. Inke struck out looking back in the third inning. Shows bunt, pulls it back, still in the strike zone though. Count is 1-1. Langmeyer Lumber, you one stop for Lumber. The contractors go to Langmeyer Lumber, and you should too. Langmeyer Lumber in Bloomington. 1-1 pitch, contact made, slow roll over to the third base side. Koenig closes the glove on it, tossed to first, is in time for the out. Nice job there by Cale Koenig at third. 5-3 ground out for the first out of the inning. Now Landry Stoluka, the third baseman at the plate, struck out in his first appearance back in the third. Lefty batter awaits the first pitch from Reynolds, and that one's downstairs for ball one. I don't care, Pub and Grub in North Andover. I don't care is where great food, cold drinks, and great times await you. I don't care, Pub and Grub in North Andover. 1-0 pitch, also a ball, just missed inside. Little sign of frustration there by Blake Reynolds. Thought that one was in the strike zone. Now set to deliver the 2-0. Swing and a miss, strike one. Big swing there by Stoluka. Had the right location, but just swung a bit ahead of it. Baseball also brought to you by Blue Jays Bar and Grill in Bloomington. Great taste like Blue Jays Friday Fish Fry and great pizza options are just some of what you'll find as this one lifted into left field. As Ty Adrian will close the glove on that one. Throws it back into the infield, 2 away. In the top of the fifth, Riveridge 5, North Crawford 2. We'll go back to the top of the order with Cullen Jacobus. Reached base on in the first inning on a walk and then hit an RBI double to put North Crawford on the board. First pitch is high for ball one. Pitch downstairs and away. Count is 2 balls, no strikes. To Cullen Jacobus. If he reaches base, Sawyer Stoluka's in the on-deck circle. As Jacobus ducks, and that pitch is high for ball three. 3-0 the count. With 2 away in the top of the fifth. Riveridge 5, North Crawford 2. Here's the 3-0. That's outside for ball four. A 4-pitch walk puts Cullen Jacobus on base. 1 on and 2 outs. As the walk extends the inning for North Crawford, Sawyer Stoluka comes up to the dish, popped out in the second, had an RBI single back in the third. Steps into the box, awaits the first pitch from Reynolds. Pitch is low for ball one. The Economy Feed Mill of Bloomington, Glen Haven, and Fenimore, featuring custom blends and more for your operation. The Economy Feed Mill in Bloomington, Glen Haven, and Fenimore. That one outside for a called ball. Two balls, no strikes. To Sawyer Stoluka. If he reaches base, Andrew Munson is on deck. That one low as well. Count is now 3-0 as Reynolds appears to be losing his command a little bit. Unable to find the strike zone. 7 straight balls pitched. That one's outside for ball four as well. Back-to-back 4-pitch walks puts runners at first and second for North Crawford with 2 outs in the top of the fifth. Which means the tying run is coming to the plate, and Coach Andrew Redmond is going to call his infield in to talk things over. We'll see if there's going to be a pitching change or if he's just going to talk things over with Blake Reynolds. So far in the game, 2 runs on 2 hits. And both those hits coming in the third. And it looks like Reynolds is going to stay in the game as the infield goes back to their respective positions. But the number 3 hitter in the order, Andrew Munson, coming to the plate. Munson's 0 for 2, including a strikeout back in the first inning. Runners at first and second for the Trojans with 2 out. And that pitch does find the strike zone, inner third for strike 1. Reynolds checking the runner at second, and runner gets back. As Jacobus looking like he was going to take off for third. That pitch in the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, runners at first and second for North Crawford. 2 on, 2 out. Top of the 5th. Golden opportunity for North Crawford to get back in this one. And this one will be fouled back behind the catcher. 1 ball, 2 strikes. To Andrew Munson. Again, Landon Blaha on deck if Munson reaches base. Colin Jacobus, the runner at second. Sawyer Stluka, the runner at first. Reynolds gives the nod. 1-2 pitch. Catches the strike zone for a called strike 3. Backwards K ends the inning. 2 runners are left stranded. No runs. No hits. No errors. And 2 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's Riveridge 5, North Crawford 2. Wolves up to bat next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 9.
When you're faced with a challenge, how you respond determines the real winners. Rural Mutual believes there's something more important than winning a game. They believe that the team, school, and fans who support their athletes with dignity and class are the true champions. Rural Mutual is the proud sponsor of the WIAA Rural Mutual Insurance Sportsmanship Award since 1965. The award recognizes that sportsmanship matters in your community. Visit ruralmutual.com/WIAA and see how their team and your community can work together to be true champions.
Get ready, car lovers. It's Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors Car Show and Customer Appreciation Day, Saturday, June 14th from 10:30 to 2:30 in Prairie du Chien. Stop by Carey's for an afternoon of awesome cars, food and drinks, door prizes, and fun for the whole family. No trophies, no judging, no pressure, just good times and great rides. That's Saturday, June 14th at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Highway 18 in Prairie du Chien.
In Game 9.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Riveridge up to bat in the bottom of the 5th inning, and they have a 5-2 lead on the North Crawford Trojans in this Division IV regional semifinal. Winner takes on Highland in the regional final tomorrow night. As the first pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Ty Adrian, Peyton Alvis, and Aaron Bedward due up, the 7, 8, 9 hitters in the order. Ty Adrian walked in the 2nd and singled in the 3rd. Also had a stolen base in the 3rd inning as the 1-0 pitch is inside for ball 2. Now the 2-0 pitch from Munson. That one just missed outside to make the count 3-0. Landon Blaha did his best to try and frame that one into the strike zone. Now the 3-0. Inside for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk puts the leadoff batter on base for the Wolves. 1 on, nobody out. Bottom of the 5th. Riveridge 5, North Crawford 2. Peyton Alvis now at the plate. Struck out in both plate appearances in the 2nd and 3rd innings. As a throw to first. Ball gets away from the first baseman, and Adrian will hold up. Thought about taking off. But a bit of a delayed takeoff there. Decides to stay put at first. Alvis digs back in. Waiting the first pitch from Andrew Munson. That pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Cheadle's Heating and Cooling, your local Daikin dealer. Call Bradley Schneider for heating, ventilating, and air conditioning service from Cheadle's Heating and Cooling in Bloomington. 1-0 pitch, check swing, he went through. Count is now 1 ball, 1 strike. Our audio stream today powered by Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque. Anderson Weber Toyota, when you are ready. Munson deals the 1-1 to Peyton Alvis. Alvis looks at that one, it's down and away for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 on, nobody out. Bottom of the 5th inning, Riveridge with a 5-2 lead and a throw to first. Checking Ty Adrian, and Adrian's back there safely. Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provided exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health. Starts here as that pitch is out of the strike zone and in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, and advancing to second base is Ty Adrian off the wild pitch. 3 balls, 1 strike to Ty Adrian, and now a runner in scoring position. As Ty Adrian standing at second base. Hudson checks the runner, and that pitch is a called strike. Just clipped the upper third of the strike zone. All of us thought that was a ball, but the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 on, nobody out. Bottom of the 5th, Riveridge with a 5-2 lead, and all of his swings and misses at strike 3. All of his strikes out for the 3rd time of the game. 1 away in the bottom of the 5th. Still a runner at second, and now Aaron Bedward at the plate. Pair of fielder's choice outs his last 2 appearances, and that pitch gets away, and the runner will advance to third, so a second stolen base for Ty Adrian puts him 90 feet away from scoring. Riveridge with a 5-2 lead with 1 on and 1 out. Carter Copsey on deck. We go back to the top of the order. And that pitch gets away also, and Adrian thought about taking off again, but lost his footing on the takeoff and retreats back to third. Count is now 2 balls and no strikes to Aaron Bedward. And Bedward makes contact, and that will be lined foul on the third base side. Count is now 2-1. Claire Bank with their 8 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin, proud to support our community events. Claire Bank, they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. 2-1 pitch, swung on a miss for strike 2. Aaron Bedward swung ahead of that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 on, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th. Riveridge leading 5-2. 2-2 pitch, a called strike 3, a backwards K. Back-to-back strikeouts pitched by Munson. And now we go back to the top of the order with Carter Copsey at the plate. He is 0 for 3 so far today. But has a runner at third and makes big contact and a snap catch at third base by Stoluka. My goodness, what a catch. Stoluka with a quick reflex on a very loud out. And that will end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We go to the 6th inning. It's Riveridge 5, North Crawford 2. Trojans up to bat next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 10.
Summer fun is just around the corner. Register now for YMCA Summer Camp at Union Park. Camp is the place where adventure is on the menu every day. Camp is packed with exciting activities like hiking, archery, rock climbing, swimming, zip lining, and more. Bike camp is also available. Snacks and lunch are included, and you can register by the week. Sign up now and learn more at dubukey.org/camps. We are excited to see you this summer at YMCA's Union Park Day Camp.
Summer weather is here, and Astria is just getting warmed up. Get connected and stay connected with better fiber internet. Beat the heat with Astria Juice, a fully featured Wi-Fi solution that makes it easy to use all your devices from anywhere in your home. For a limited time, new customers can get 1 gig internet with Astria Juice included for just $50 a month for 6 months. For more information, visit astriaconnect.com/signup or search Google for Astria Internet. Not available in all areas. Terms and conditions may apply. Please call or click for details. In Game 10.
Landon Blaha, Miles Candler, and Zach Bender do up for the Trojans in the top of the 6th inning. Riveridge with a 5-2 lead and a hit by pitch puts Landon Blaha on base. As the first pitch of the at-bat was way high and got past the catcher Davis. As Reynolds will try and collect himself for Riveridge and set to deal to Miles Candler. Candler hit into a ground out in the second and was walked in the fourth. Zach Bender on deck for the Trojans. One on with nobody out in the top of the sixth. Riveridge with a 5-2 lead in the first pitch to Candler is going to be a called strike. Both runs for North Crawford came in the third inning. Actually, all of our scoring came in the third inning as the 0-1 pitch is downstairs for ball one. Reynolds delivers. That pitch is way inside. Candler has to duck down, and the runner takes off for second. So a stolen base for Landon Blaha off the wild pitch. Because again, Reynolds starting to lose his command a little bit for the Wolves. Reynolds checks Blaha at second. Now delivers the pitch. That one low for a ball. Count is 3-1. Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Hermson's for the perfect paint for your next project. Hermson's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. Here's the 3-1. Inside for ball four. A hit by pitch and then a base on balls puts two on with nobody out in the top of the sixth. And now Coach Andrew Redmond going to call his infield in, and I believe we've seen our last pitch from Blake Reynolds. Again, only surrendered 2 runs on 2 hits in this game, and we'll see what the pitching change looks like for Riveridge. While they sort that out, we'll tell you that our game is brought to you by Russell Offices, here to assist as your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Proudly serving Southern Wisconsin, Russell Law Offices. It appears that Blake Reynolds is going to stay as our pitcher. As the infield goes back to their respective positions, Coach Redmond just talking things over, probably talking strategy, as Zach Bender is at the plate with runners at first and second. Shows bunt, gets the bat back, but a called strike. Zach Bender struck out in both plate appearances, struck out in the second and the fourth innings. A 1 pitch, foul back to make the count 0-2. Again, a hit by pitch and a base on balls. So the 2 runners for North Crawford. Landon Blaha hit by a pitch, and Miles Candler was walked in the previous at bat. Here's the 0-2, swung and a miss, strike 3. Another strikeout for Reynolds. That is strikeout number 8 for him on the game. 1 away now. In the top of the 6th, runners at first and second. Jake Odell at the plate. Hit by a pitch in the 3rd, struck out in the 4th. First pitch low for ball 1. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist, the pros of Brian's, gets the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. 1-0 pitch, way high for ball 2. McNett Electric in Belmont can assist with all of your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call, ready to help you with your agricultural, business, and commercial needs. McNett Electric in Belmont. And that's a called strike, as Jake Odell showed bunt, got the bat back in time, but pitch was right down Broadway. 2 balls, 1 strike to Jake Odell. 2 on, 1 out, top of the 6th. Riveridge with a 5-2 lead. That one outside and away for ball 3. Count is now 3-1. Blake Reynolds 1 ball away from loading the bases with 1 out. Reynolds checks the runner at second. Now delivers the 3-1. That's outside for ball 4. And now things get interesting. Bases loaded, 1 out. Top of the 6th. The go-ahead run at the plate for North Crawford. Hasten Inke struck out looking in the 3rd, hit into a 5-3 ground out in the 5th. First pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Tim Slack Auction and Realty, whether buying or selling, call Tim, Kathy, Chase, and their staff today. Tim Slack Auction and Realty, Lancaster and Fenimore. Hinkie digging his feet into the box. 1-0 pitch, finds the strike zone. Count is now 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch, popped up and out of play back over the backstop. Count is now 1-2. CJ ATM Service, see Chuck Schneering for all of your business and large-scale event ATM needs. CJ ATM Service on Facebook to learn more. CJ ATM Service of Platteville. Count is 1-2. And a grounder back to second, double play ball potentially as Copsey loses the handle. Runner is out, but that does bring a run in for North Crawford. Landon Blaha will score. And now runners at the corners for North Crawford with 2 away in the top of the 6th. It's now 5-3, Riveridge in the lead. But North Crawford getting a run across to make it a 2-run game. Landry Stoluka at the plate. Struck out in the 3rd, flew out to left field in his last at bat in the 5th, and the first pitch is going to be a called strike. The 1 pitch, grounded foul right in front of the Riveridge dugout. As Payson Hinkie took off right as Reynolds delivered, but he'll retreat back to first base. Again, runners at the corners for North Crawford. 2 on, 2 out, top of the 6th, a 2-run game. Landry Stoluka at the plate, 0 for 2. 0-2 pitch, foul back, stays alive. Big moment for the Trojans. Stoluka steps out of the box. If he reaches base, Colin Jacobus is in the on-deck circle. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Justin Washburn and the H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical team continue to provide top-quality plumbing and heating electrical services for your business, home, and farm. H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical serving you in Fenimore, Lancaster, and Boscobel. 1-2 pitch, high and away for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners at first and third. With 2 outs in the top of the 6th in a 2-run game, it's Riveridge 5, North Crawford 3. 2-2 pitch, swung on a miss for strike 3. 9th strikeout for Blake Reynolds. North Crawford leaves 2 stranded. 1 run does come across. 1 run, no hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's Riveridge 5, North Crawford 3. Wolves out to bat next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 11, are you ready to stitch your way into a rewarding career? Then listen up, because Land's End is hiring embroidery machine operators for second shift. Whether you're experienced or just have an eye for detail, they'll train you to become a pro. Plus, enjoy incentive pay during select weeks and work with a team that feels more like family. That's right, great pay, earning opportunities, co-workers, and a schedule that works for you. Apply today at landsend.com/jobs and start your career with Land's End, where every stitch matters.
Come on over to Adventureland. You're gonna have a fun-filled day.
Come on over for our most thrilling season yet and enjoy 2 parks for 1 price, Adventureland and Adventure Bay. Experience new Hyperlight, the water slide with vivid light and sound, plus special events and new entertainment all season. Find best deals on tickets at AdventurelandResort.com.
You're gonna love it at Adventureland.
In Game 11.
Bottom of the 6th inning, it's Riveridge 5, North Crawford 3, Division 4 regional semifinal on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Andrew Nice at the plate. For the Wolves, it's Nice, Koenig, and Reynolds. The 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up. For Riveridge, first pitch is a called ball. The 1-0 pitch is in the dirt. to make the count 2-0. Lucky's Bar and Grill. Enjoy Taco Tuesday and Friday Fish, and follow Lucky's Bar and Grill on Facebook for other specials and hours. Lucky's in Bagley. 2-0 pitch, catches a strike zone, just clips the outer third for strike one. Baseball is brought to you by Community First Bank. For you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com. Member FDIC. Count is now 3-1. As the 2-1 pitch missed outside. Munson deals the 3-1. And a slow bouncer back to third. Playable throw to first is not in time, as Bender had his foot off the base. And we'll call that an infield single for Andrew Nice, as that was a tough play to make for Landry Stuluka at third. So 1 on with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. Riveridge with a 5-3 lead. And now Cale Koenig at the plate. He is 3 for 3, doubled in the first, and then back-to-back singles in the 3rd and 4th innings. First pitch is down and away for ball 1. The Economy Feed Mill in Bloomington, Glen Haven, and Fenimore, featuring custom blends and more for your operation. The Economy Feed Mill in Bloomington, Glen Haven, and Fenimore. Big contact made as this is straight into left field, ball carrying, and that will hit the fence. It'll be at least a double, and the runners will hold at second and third. I thought that one was going to carry over the fence, but that will drop for a double. 4 for 4 on the game for Cale Koenig, coming through again for the Wolves. Runners at second and third with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. And now Coach Stenner wants to talk things over with his infield again. Riveridge 5, North Crawford 3, but Riveridge threatening to get some insurance runs with the 7th inning looming around the corner. While there's a pause in the action, we'll tell you that our game is brought to you by Community First Bank. For in the communities where you live, work, and play, experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com. Member FDIC, and by Lucky's Bar and Grill. Enjoy Taco Tuesday and Friday Fish. And follow Lucky's Bar and Grill on Facebook for other specials and hours. Lucky's in Bagley. Baseball also brought to you by Worco Transportation. For employment opportunities or to plan your next getaway, visit WorcoTransportation.com. Worco Transportation of Bloomington. And by Langmeyer Lumber, your one stop for lumber. The contractors go to Langmeyer Lumber, and you should too. Langmeyer Lumber in Bloomington. Again, Riveridge 5, North Crawford 3. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Runners at second and third for the Wolves. Actually, there must have been a... Well, they're going to say it's an intentional walk to Blake Reynolds, so the bases are loaded for Riveridge. That brings Brandon Davis to the plate. Brandon Davis, 2 for 3, had a bunt single in the 2nd, a 2-run single in the 3rd. Had a sacrifice bunt to move the runners back in the 4th inning. And it's now a 1-1 count as he swung and missed at the 1-0 pitch. 1-1 contact made into right field, and that will drop for a base hit. 1 run comes in, and an RBI single for Brandon Davis adds an insurance run for Riveridge. Riveridge 6, North Crawford 3, bases still loaded for the Wolves. Now Noah Copsey at the plate. First pitch misses high for ball 1. Noah Copsey was walked in the 2nd, singled in the 3rd. Hit into a line out in the 4th, and this is a liner down the right field line, and it's out of play. Count is now 1 ball, 1 strike. Mount City Bank's total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop into Mount City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at MountCityBank.com. 1 ball, 1 strike to Noah Copsey. Bases loaded for Riveridge. 6-3 lead. And that pitch is inside for ball 2. Also brought to you by Blue Jays Bar and Grill in Bloomington. Great taste like Blue Jays Friday Fish Fry and great pizza options are just some of what you'll find. See their menu on Facebook and at Blue Jays Bar and Grill in Bloomington. Count is now 3-1 to Noah Copsey. Andrew Munson, one ball away from walking in a run. And Copsey fouls this one along the third base side to make the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded for Riveridge. A 6-3 lead. A big swing here by Copsey can blow this game wide open for the Wolves. Payoff pitch, swung on a miss for strike 3. Huge strikeout for Munson for the first out of the inning. That brings up Ty Adrian. He was walked in the second, singled in the third, walked in the fifth. That one's inside and low for ball 1. After Ty Adrian, Peyton Alvis in the on-deck circle for the Wolves. 1-0 pitch, foul back over the backstop and out of play. Today's game brought to you by I Don't Care Pub and Grub in North Andover. I Don't Care is where great food, cold drinks, and great times await you. I Don't Care Pub and Grub in North Andover. That pitch is in the dirt, and the runners are going to take off, and sliding home. Runner is safe. Great slide there by Koenig to get the run. Just got under the tag. And he scores on the wild pitch. Makes it Riveridge 7, North Crawford 3. Runners at second and third now for the Wolves. Count is 2-1 to Ty Adrian. And that's a call ball as well. Here's the pitch. Swung on a miss for a strike. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. To Ty Adrian again. Peyton Alvis on deck for Riveridge. 7-3 lead for the Wolves. Runners at second and third. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Munson. 2 away in the bottom of the 6th. Riveridge with a 4-run lead. 7-3 the score. 2 on, 2 outs. Peyton Alvis 0 for 3. 3 strikeouts. Strikeout in the second, third, and fifth innings. Speed pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Munson gives the nod. Here's the delivery. Down and away for ball 2. Ma's Bakery in Bloomington. Amazing food, attentive service, great prices for multiple daily lunch specials, Monday through Friday, and catering for large and small gatherings throughout the tri-state area. Visit Ma's Bakery in Bloomington at mazbakery.com. 2-0 pitch inside for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes to Peyton Alvis. If he reaches base, Aaron Bedward on deck. That pitch is in the dirt for ball 4. Bases are loaded. Peyton Alvis reaches base for the first time in the game, and now Aaron Bedward 0 for 3. Fielder's choice in the second, fielder's choice in the third. Struck out looking in his last appearance in the 5th. And this is a chopper over to short. Quick toss to second base for the force out to end the inning. Riveridge leaves 3 stranded, but they do bring 2 runs across. 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors. And again, 3 left on base. We go to the top of the 7th. Riveridge with a 7-3 lead. Last chance for the Trojans after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 12.
Hello, Mitch here from Kieler Family Dental. There's never been a better time to explore what's possible for you and your family at our 3 state-of-the-art facilities. From routine dental care to same-day crowns to clear aligners, veneers, and implants, we cover a wide spectrum of dental services. Call our team and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
Get ready for the opening of Krantz Do It Best Hardware's new location on June 10th in Fenimore at 280 Lincoln Avenue. Your full-service hardware store will now offer even more, from Milwaukee and DeWalt tools to Valspar paint, plumbing, housewares, key cutting, and more. Lawn and garden? Covered. Electrical and fasteners? Absolutely. Come see Krantz Hardware at their new location starting June 10th. The new Krantz Do It Best Hardware. Open Monday through Friday 7 to 6, Saturday 8 to 4, and Sunday 10 to 2. In Game 12.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Now pitching for Riveridge will be Carter Copsey. He will come in relief. Has pitched 38 2/3 innings on the season. Has a 4-3 record with 4 saves on his stat line. Has allowed 16 runs, 9 of them earned, and 45 total hits on the campaign. So that puts Koenig at shortstop, and Reynolds will go to third. And now due up for the Trojans is Colin Jacobus. Jacobus, Stuluka, and Munson, the 1, 2, and 3 hitters due up. We're at the top of the order. The pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. And the winner of this game takes on Highland tomorrow night for the regional championship. Jacobus shows bunt, gets the bat back, and the pitch is low for ball 2. If this score holds, Riveridge will avenge one of their losses. North Crawford beat Riveridge 4-1 last Tuesday. And that pitch is in there for a called strike, as Jacobus couldn't get the bat back in time. 2-1 pitch. That one's low for ball 3. One pitch. This one hit to left field, and Adrian able to position that one, closes the glove on it, 1 away in the top of the 7th. Riveridge now 2 outs away from playing for a regional championship. It would be the 2nd straight year that Riveridge plays in a regional final. They upset Belmont in the regional semifinal round last year before falling to Barneveld in the regional championship. First pitch fouled by Sawyer Stuluka. Stuluka popped out in the first, had an RBI single in the 3rd, and was walked in the 5th. Carter Copsey gives the nod, delivers the 0-1, and this will be lifted back over the backstop out of play. Count is 0-2. And North Crawford and DeSoto, the only 2 remaining teams coming into today's action from the Ridge and Valley Conference. 1-2 pitches outside for ball 1. Number 1 ranked Seneca lost to Boscobel 1-0, and Boscobel taking on DeSoto for a regional final tonight as they got their games in yesterday. 1-2 pitch, low for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. With 1 away in the top of the 7th, Riveridge with a 7-3 lead. Here's the 2-2 from Copsey. Upstairs for ball 3. Count is full, 3-2. And if the score holds, it'll be a rubber match between Riveridge and Highland. Highland winning 1-0 back on May 12th. As this one grounded over to short. Koenig with the dive, throw to first, tough play. As the ball gets away from Alvis. Stuluka taking off for second. He will slide in, he is safe. So we'll call that a single and a stolen base for Stuluka. Actually, we'll call that an error, as I couldn't tell if it was just an errant throw from Koenig or just the ball got away from Alvis as the fence was blocking my view. But either way, a runner at second for North Crawford 1 on, 1 out, top of the 7th. Riveridge with a 7-3 lead. Copsey deals the pitch, and it's low for ball 1. Andrew Munson at the plate. 0 for 3. Pair of strikeouts. Looks at that pitch. It's away for ball 2. Riveridge won at Highland 3-2, lost at home 1-0 at the tail end of conference play, as this pitch is downstairs as well. 3-0 the count to Andrew Munson. Landon Blaha on deck. That pitch is high for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk puts Munson on base. And now Trojans with some life in the top of the 7th, trailing by 4, 7-3 the score. The tying run is on deck for the Trojans. Now at the plate is Landon Blaha. And that pitch gets away. A wild pitch will move the runners to 2nd and 3rd. So 2 runners in scoring position, and a big opportunity for Landon Blaha to get the Trojans back into this. Blaha is 0 for 2. Grounded out in the 2nd, popped out in the 4th, and was hit by a pitch in the 6th. Pitch is outside for ball 1. As Carter Copsey showing a sign of frustration. That one just missing the strike zone. One ball, no strikes. Runners at 2nd and 3rd with 1 out in the top of the 7th. That one is a called strike. Copsey finding the strike zone that time. Copsey gives the nod. Here's the 2-1. This one popped up over the backstop and thankfully just beyond my head. 2 balls, 2 strikes. To Landon Blaha. On deck is Miles Candler. 2-2 pitch, ball's in the dirt, and the runners will hold as Davis able to step on the ball and keep the runners put. But the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Landon Blaha. Payoff pitch. Contact made into left field. That will drop for a base hit. 1 run comes across. Another runner rounding 3rd, slide home. Runner is safe. A 2-run double for Landon Blaha puts North Crawford back in this thing. It's now 7-5, 1 on, 1 out in the top of the 7th inning. My, oh my, drama here in Patch Grove. Now Miles Candler comes to the plate. Grounded out in the 2nd and was walked in the 4th and 6th innings. Copsey checking the runner at 2nd, now delivers the pitch. The pitch is high for ball 1. Riveridge with a 2-run lead, 7-5 the score. Wolves in front. 2 outs away from advancing, but North Crawford doing damage here in the 7th. That pitch does find the strike zone, clipping the outer 3rd for strike 1. After the game, we'll have the Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management post-game show. Pick up the tri-court turning point. Is a big contact made into the left center field gap. 1 run will come in, and just like that, it's a 1-run game on the 1-run single by Miles Candler. Candler is the tying run at first for North Crawford. The go-ahead run at the plate. Zach Bender, 0 for 3, striking out all 3 times. And now Coach Andrew Redmond wants to talk things over with the Riveridge infield. And we will have a pitching change as Koenig will come in relief for Carter Copsey. Cale Koenig on the season has pitched 41 innings, has a 4-3 record. Has allowed 25 runs, 12 of them earned, and 21 combined hits on the season. And he inherits a runner at first base, as North Crawford has scored 3 runs in the top of the 7th inning. 3 runs on 3 hits with 1 out in the top of the 7th. It's a 7-6 game, as the Wolves trying to close things out here at home and play Highland tomorrow night for a regional championship. But North Crawford with something to say about it, as they're trying to make a comeback here. In the top half of the 7th inning. And Riveridge 7, North Crawford 6. 1 on, 1 out. Top of the 7th. Cale Koenig set to deliver his first pitch. Snap throw to first. Checks the runner, and the runner's safe. Zach Bender at the plate. Jake Odell on deck for North Crawford. Koenig delivers the first pitch. Catches the strike zone for strike 1. Count is no balls, 1 strike to Zach Bender. Bender makes contact. That one hit to Copsey at short. Toss to second for the force out. Throw to first. It is not in time, but a fielder's choice. A big out for Riveridge. And the Wolves are 1 out away from playing for a regional championship tomorrow night. And now the game is in the hands of Jake Odell for North Crawford. Tying run at first. Odell was hit by a pitch in the 3rd, struck out in the 4th, and was walked in the 6th. Checks his swing, but the pitch is in the strike zone for strike 1. Jake Odell reaches, Payson Inke is on deck. A 1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. North Crawford down to their last strike. Riveridge crowd coming alive. Cale Koenig checks the runner at first, delivers the 0-2. It's low for ball 1. Late drama here in the top of the 7th. 1-2 pitch, a called strike 3. A backwards K, and Riveridge wins the game, and they advance to the regional championship tomorrow night, defeating North Crawford 7-6. Heck of a game between these two teams. Riveridge improves to 17-8 on the season, and they will play Highland tomorrow night. We'll have that game on one of our Queen Bee Radio family of stations, and we'll have the video stream right here on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And North Crawford finishes their campaign with an overall record of 12-10. Coming up next, we'll have the Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management post-game show. Check in on the Shoebox scoreboard and sort out what we know we have coming up tomorrow in sectional final softball and regional final baseball. The Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management post-game show coming up next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 13. From small-town businesses to large multi-state operations, Tricor Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance have industry expertise that can cover all types of businesses.
Having an insurance agency that understands our business is a real benefit. They know our people. It's something Tricor does really well.
Tricor's in-depth knowledge of insurance, regulation, compliance, and safety consulting is here to help your business succeed. Working with leading insurance companies like Auto Owners Insurance. They'll be there when you need them most. Visit TricorInsurance.com to learn more about Tricor Insurance Cycle of Care.
Ready to take charge of your career? At Northeast Iowa Community College, we offer competency-based education designed for busy adults like you. We're flexible. You set the class pace and schedule. Whether it's hands-on welding labs or convenient online business administration classes, you move forward in class based on your learning style, experience, schedule, and goals. Don't wait to advance your career. Visit nicc.edu/CBE or call today to learn how you can move forward with confidence.
In game 13.
Riveridge hangs on late in the top half of the 7th inning to come away with a 7-6 win over the North Crawford Trojans to advance to tomorrow night's regional championship against Highland. This is Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Our Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management postgame show coming up next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 14.
Do you enjoy playing sports and watching other people compete? Here's a great opportunity for you to get involved. You can make significant income while providing a great community service by becoming a WIAA licensed official. It gives you the opportunity to be involved, stay in shape, and assist in providing the lifelong lessons from education-based athletics. Signing up is easy. Just go to WIAAWI.org. Access the officials tab to get started today. This message is from Queen Bee Radio and the WIAA.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees that put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
In game 14.
Riveridge, your winner over North Crawford, 7-6 in our Division IV regional semifinal on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Our Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management post-game show. We'll see if we can catch up with Coach Andrew Redmond and maybe a player or two for Riveridge as they come away with the win over the Trojans here tonight, and they await the Highland Cardinals right here in Patch Grove. Our postgame show coming up next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Post-match 1.
It is time for the Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management post-game show. Edward Jones is a financial services firm serving individuals and business owners. Is your money working as hard as it should be? This is Elena Reeves with Edward Jones. If you want to provide for your children's education, reduce your tax bill, or prepare for a comfortable retirement, we need to talk. Today, more than ever, your financial security deserves the attention of full-time financial advisors. Take advantage of our years of experience. Contact financial advisors Elena or Ben Reeves at 608-348-2441 or stop by our office on Highways 80 and 81 in Ville next to Sups Nutrition. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
The Gifted Hands Thrift Store in Galena offers low-cost clothing and household goods to the public. Shop local and support individuals with disabilities served by the Galena Workshop. The thrift store provides paying jobs to many individuals and is a stepping stone for some to get a job in the community. Donated items are accepted at the workshop on Southwest Street in Galena, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m., except holidays. Gifted Hands Thrift Store at the Galena Workshop is open Tuesday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturdays 9 till 1.
There are places, people, and conditions in this world that almost seem beyond hope. But not when Mercy Ships is there. Mercy Ships is a place restoring sight to the blind, happiness to the outcast, and joy to the brokenhearted. Mercy Ships is the reason why hope is now in sight. To learn more, go to mercyships.org.
Post-match 1.
Time now for the Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management post-game show on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Riveridge, your winner over North Crawford, 7-6. Riveridge hanging on in the top half of the 7th inning. We're joined by a couple of victorious Riveridge Timberwolves. Brandon Davis, our catcher today, joins us first. Had a bunt single in the second, a 2-run single in the third, had a sacrifice bunt to move runners in the fourth, and an RBI single, a big one in the sixth. Not a bad outing today at the plate, and having to do some work behind the plate as well in the catcher's spot. Talk about the things that went right for Riveridge here tonight.
Threw a kid out, started off fast right away. Felt good. Yeah.
And this team has had a pretty successful season, a conference championship, the first one in program history. We were here to see that against Belmont, but after the conference championship, fell to North Crawford in a game about 8 days ago, 4-1. Were there things that you took away from that first game that carried over into the second game that helped you guys prepare for this one?
Yeah, we knew they were going to be aggressive, like on the base path, and just had to stay confident in our defense, and knew we had to hit the ball.
Kevin, talk about playing for this team this year, the success this team has had. A lot of success in the boys' sports this year, and we were talking off air just a little bit ago. North Crawford came away with a win against Riveridge in the regional semifinal in basketball this year, but your team able to get the win here at home. What does it mean to get this win on this day against that team?
Oh, it feels good. Get back from basketball, losing to them a week ago. It feels pretty good. We knew last year we were going to have a good team, so finally got to prove it, and feels really good.
And then a rubber match with Highland coming up tomorrow night. What things are you going to be looking at emphasizing heading into the matchup with the Cardinals?
Not leave people on the base path. We left some runners on tonight. Got to come up with hits, find a way to score runs.
All right, awesome. Congrats on the win. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night.
All right, thank you.
All right, that was Brandon Davis, and we'll now talk with Cale Koenig, who had a big day at the plate, going 4 for 4, 2 doubles and 2 singles, and your at-bats very critical in this game here today, and then getting the save as well in relief of Carter Copsey in the top of the 7th when North Crawford was threatening. Talk about what this win means to you and what the win means for the Wolves heading into a matchup with Highland tomorrow night.
This win means a lot. I mean, we know we can go far if we just do the little things right. Can't leave people stranded. Looking forward to playing Highland. I think we can. We play good. We got them.
Yep, and one of the things that I saw too, you had a really outstanding web gem type play at third base, a very big line out to get out of a big jam, defensively. So talk about the defensive outing for Riveridge here today. The pitching kind of seemed kind of sporadic, unable to find the strike zone at times, but the defense really came up big in some big moments today.
Yeah. For all of our defenders, we just want the ball hit to us. Got to be confident, like your ability to field the ball. Pitchers got to understand that our defense is pretty good. They can just throw strikes, not worry about giving up hits.
Kevin, I just asked Brandon this a bit ago, but you saw North Crawford just 8 days ago, lost on their home field 4-1, but able to get the win here today. What things changed for Riveridge from the first matchup to this one?
I think just our confidence came up a lot. Last game we played at their place, left a lot of people stranded with bases loaded, I think 4 times. We just got to hit the ball in those scenarios, can't get nervous.
Yeah, definitely. Then, as you mentioned, Highland coming up tomorrow night, split the regular season matchup. They beat you guys on your home field 1-0 towards the tail end of conference play. What things are you expecting from the Cardinals, and what do you guys got to do tomorrow night?
They're going to hit the ball. They got a couple of pitchers. We just got to stay focused. Don't let anything slip. Yeah, stay focused.
All right, awesome. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Thank you.
All right, that's Cale Koenig of the Riveridge Timberwolves, and we'll now chat with Coach Andrew Redmond, the victorious coach for Riveridge. Boy, some late inning dramatics there in the top half of the 7th inning, but your team able to grind it out and get the win. Talk about the things that went right for your Wolves here tonight.
Yeah, nothing came easy tonight. Finding the strike zone was hard for us. We left a pile of runners on the base pads as well. We had just enough timely hitting to hang on at the end.
Yep, definitely, and I think the score may not necessarily reflect it. 7-6 is the final score, but I thought your defense played exceptionally well here today. Not a lot of errors. It was just some timely hits, and then just some strike zone 50-50 balls not necessarily going your way, and sometimes not going North Crawford's way either.
Yeah, I think on both sides, finding the strike zone was hard. So at that point, you got to just let the players hit it and trust your defense behind you. So yeah, Crawford had a lot of good hits on us, but the ones that we could make plays on, we executed those plays. So that was nice to see.
Yep, in the game against North Crawford last week, that was a makeup game, and by that point, you already know what the seedings were. It didn't have any impact on conference play or anything like that. When you went into that matchup against North Crawford, was it just more of just keeping the team in rhythm and maybe not showing the full hand, knowing that North Crawford could be a potential opponent? And what were things that you took away from that first matchup for this game?
Yeah, that first matchup, we were down a couple of our starters due to the regional track meet going on. So we had a couple young guys pitching. We were not going to throw or show our number one pitcher in Blake Reynolds, who we had tonight. And there were just a couple extra guys in the lineup that night. And again, we stranded 15 guys on base that night. So we could have come away with a win, but we knew that was possibly a familiar opponent coming ahead, so we just went up and tried to stay fresh.
Yeah, but speaking of Blake, there were a couple big moments where, I thought for a second that, Blake was going to be pulled out of the game. You were going to make the pitching change, but you decided to stick with him. What'd you tell him, and what was that conversation like on the mound to make sure that Blake was able to get out of that jam?
The conversation is that you have to win this game, number one, but at the end of the day, you have to have pitchers available for that regional championship tomorrow night. So going into the game, we told Blake, we are going to ride you to 100 pitches. You have to get to that limit. And he buckled down. There was a point where he said, I'm done. I talked him through it, and he said, you know what, Coach, I've got this. So I'm so proud of him to lock in and get through 6 full innings for us.
Yep, definitely. And then the Cardinals coming up tomorrow night, again, a rubber match. They won on your home field, and you guys won at Highland, a pair of one-run games. Could go either way. What has to happen for Riveridge tomorrow night?
Every time we play Highland, it's a coin flip game. It's always close. I think every game we've played with them the last 2 years has finished in a one-run game. So it's, again, making the plays you need to make and coming through with timely hitting, and we'll be fine.
All right, awesome. Looking forward to seeing how it plays out. We'll be there tomorrow night for that matchup as well. Thanks for joining us. Go enjoy this win, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
All right, thanks for the coverage.
Yep, absolutely. Andrew Redmond, the head coach of Riveridge, joining us on our Edward Jones Reese Wealth Management postgame show. Riveridge getting the 7-6 win over the North Crawford Trojans in our Division 4 regional semifinal. We'll take a timeout. We'll recap the scoring of this game as our postgame show rolls on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Post-match 2.
RPG came through the belly of the aircraft. We don't talk about the female combat wounded. These are our daughters and our sisters and our mothers. Wounded Warrior Project came into my life and taught me how to stand back up and get back in the fight. The truth is, I think we all have this strength inside of us, but until you're tested, you just don't know it's there.
See how Wounded Warrior Project empowers women veterans like Beth by visiting woundedwarriorproject.org/empowerwomenvets.
Over 2.8 million Americans have served in our military since 9/11. Many have returned home with devastating injuries and few resources for them and their families. This is news correspondent Bob Woodruff. I sustained a life-threatening injury while reporting from Iraq in 2006. The military had my back that day, and they have each other's while serving. It's time we had theirs. Please join us as part of the Got Your Six initiative. To learn more, go to gotyoursix.org using the number 6.
Post-match 2.
The Edward Jones Reese Wealth Management postgame show continues on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Riveridge coming away with the 7-6 win over the North Crawford Trojans. Tyler Dictanis with you from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth. Let's recap the wild day between these two teams. Let's start off with how the scoring got started. We were scoreless through the first 2 innings, and then North Crawford got on the board first, scoring 2 runs on 2 hits. As Jake Odell was hit by a pitch to begin the inning, and then a pair of RBI doubles back-to-back. Colin Jacobus and Sawyer Steluka contributing with a couple RBIs, an RBI double for Jacobus, an RBI single for Steluka, made it 2-0 through 2.5 innings. And then in the 3rd inning, Riveridge erupted for 5 runs on 6 hits as they batted through the order. It would stay 5-2 until we got to the 6th inning when Landon Blaha was hit by a pitch, then a pair of walks, and a wild pitch brought a run in for North Crawford to make the score 5-3. Riveridge would then score 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th. Andrew Nice hit a single to lead off. Cale Koenig then hit a double. Blake Reynolds was intentionally walked to load the bases. Brandon Davis hit an RBI single. And then back-to-back strikeouts by Noah Copsey and Ty Adrian. For the first 2 outs of the inning, Peyton Alvis reached base on a walk, and then Aaron Bedward hit into a fielder's choice. 2 runs on 3 hits and 3 left on base for Riveridge to make the score 7-3 heading into the 7th. In the top of the 7th, Blake Reynolds would check out of the game from the pitcher's spot, and Carter Copsey would come in, and Copsey would surrender 3 runs on 3 hits before Cale Koenig stepped in and would get the final outs to give Riveridge the 7-6 win over the North Crawford Trojans. The final line score unofficially: Riveridge 7 runs on 12 hits with 1 error and 12 left on base. And for North Crawford, 6 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and 7 left on base. We'll take our last time out, and we'll come back with the final check on the shoebox scoreboard. We'll piece together what we have coming up tomorrow night on our Queen Bee Radio family of stations for sectional final softball and baseball regional finals as our postgame show wraps up after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Post-match 3.
Diane from Michigan, a disabled senior citizen trying to get by. Henry from Florida, a veteran fighting to make ends meet. Elena from Arizona, a mother struggling to feed her daughter. Hi, I'm Connie Britton, and I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year, like Diane, Henry, and Elena. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
I left the military with a traumatic brain injury. I came home to fight depression, anxiety, and alcohol.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
I'm Adam Greathouse, Army veteran.
DAV helps veterans get the benefits they've earned.
With DAV's help, I've built a new life for myself.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories, great and small.
My victory is just experiencing life.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Post-match 3.
Closing up shop on the Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management postgame show on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Our final score from Riveridge High School in Patch Grove: Riveridge 7, North Crawford 6. Riveridge advances to play Highland tomorrow night in the regional championship. That game will be played right here in Patch Grove. We will have that game on one of our Queen Bee Radio family of stations. We'll also have the video stream on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Some more final scores from the area. Congratulations to the Boscobel Bulldogs. They defeat DeSoto 4-2 to win a regional championship in Division 4. Boscobel heads to Blair Taylor, and we'll see if it'll be Riveridge or Highland joining them on Tuesday for the sectional round. Other updates from around the area over on ESPN Radio, AM 5090 WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. That game's still in progress. They're through 5 innings there. It is Fenimore 9, Lancaster 6. Steve Prestigard and Seth Wilson with the call of that one. Again, on ESPN Radio, AM 5090 WPVL, and video streaming on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Final score from earlier: Cuba City defeated Prairie du Chien 1-0. So the Cubans are playing for a regional championship tomorrow night. And the Belmont Braves defeat the Barneveld Golden Eagles 7-4. Belmont is playing for a sectional final in softball tomorrow night at Barneveld. So we know for sure that we'll have Belmont's sectional final on one of our Queen Bee Radio family of stations. We'll have the Cuba City Cubans, I believe, on Super Hits 106. We'll have Mineral Point in softball action tomorrow night for their sectional final. And we will also have Highland at Riveridge. Again, we'll have the video stream on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. We'll sort out which radio station we'll have the game on, as we'll chat with RJ Osterhaus later on and sort out our coverage. You can catch the schedule on AM5090WPVL.com or pay attention to our Queen Bee Radio station social media channels for the game times and stations for the games we have coming up tomorrow, again in sectional final softball and regional final baseball. Well, that will wrap things up for me from Riveridge High School in Patch Grove. Thanks to both head coaches, Andrew Redmond of Riveridge and Adam Stenner of North Crawford. Also thanks to Coach Redmond as well as Cale Koenig and Brandon Davis for joining us on our post-game show as well. Thanks to all of our sponsors who help us bring high school sports to you, and thank you for listening and watching along. This has been Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 WPVL FM Platteville, a Queen Bee radio station, also on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty, and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Once again, your final score from Riveridge High School in Patch Grove. Riveridge gets the win over North Crawford, 7-6. It'll be Riveridge against Highland tomorrow night for the regional championship. For the Wolf Construction broadcast booth, I'm Tyler Dictanis. Thanks so much for joining us. More extreme hit music coming your way next on X1071. From Patch Grove, signing off, good night from Riveridge High School in Patch Grove.
This has been a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation.
Extreme hit music. Today's best music. Back to it.
Back to it. We're back to the hits.
On X1071.